even though it's been bad weather all the way down the east coast, we've managed to get out. And look, it's not raining. It's not too bad down this area. Hopefully, the weather is kind to us this afternoon and tonight. So this has got the gear set up. As you can see, it's the parabolic dish, the sound recorder. I've got my 4K camera here. It's got night vision mode and headphones, so I can hear everything that's going on with the dish. And we have the thermal. I'll just walk this way. And we have the thermal, and it's on a gimbal, and it'll just be going around back and forwards. So when you look into these monoculars, you get a bit of like eye blindness in one eye for a while because it is quite bright. So yeah, so you can see it turning around. So hopefully that'll give it a really still, video footage, and then if we do capture something, then we can take it off there to like investigate further. So we're out under a nice marquee, so if it does rain, we're covered. But we'll see what we get tonight, and hopefully we can show you later on if anything comes and crosses our path. So fingers crossed. Yeah, one thing about this area is these you can see there's game trails going off into the bush, and there's one right here, as you can see it, and just leads straight off into the bush. So we'll follow it and just see what we come across. Even though it's wet, it's not too bad. It's just the yeah, you can see where something's been going on there, and stepping on it, and every time it comes through, it steps on that tree and it's wearing it away. Is that a trail? Oh, spider webs. Spiders don't bother me, I just hate the webs going all over my face. So yeah, it says there's a little low tree break there. Trying to see, it's about the first one I've seen in this area. That could be interesting. There's been a few bit there. You can tell they're just natural ones where, like, you see this tree here, it's just rotted out and broken. The trail goes around here and this way. So really weird sometimes. You follow these trails and then all of a sudden they just disappear and there's no trail. So just gotta remember which way you go, because you can easily get lost. I could think the main trail's this way or the other way, but it's really back that way. So some things like this tree, stands out. So if you can remember some landmarks, hopefully if you do get lost, you can make your way back and to where you started. I'll go in a little bit more. I don't want to go too far in because I want to go down that main trail and see if I can find any sticks shoved in the ground like the boys have been finding up in Queensland. This is a fair income trail, like I say, well, something's been coming down here regular. And if they are coming down and they're ducking underneath trees like this, you always see there may be hares hanging down. So I'm always looking for hares, and doesn't seem to be any there. Go around here. This is really weird. That's all Attila where I am. Copy Attila. Attila, copy.
Yeah, what do you got, mate?
I've gone off trail like you did before, I'm probably a good 100 meters in. I'm following this trail. It's going right into the bush, so I can't get lost if I turn around and follow it back. But yeah, mate, this is a trail of some sort. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty thick bush down here too.
Hang on a sec, mate. You need to repeat that. You're just dropping in and out. What's going on?
I'm following a trail, a well-worn trail, into the bush.
Yeah, don't get too far, mate. But you can see landmarks and stuff like that. You won't if you don't get lost, mate.
Yeah, I'm only going to go a little bit further and then I'm going to stop because, yeah, I can't see anything interesting. So I'm going to turn around. I just got to follow the trail back. It's pretty easy to get back.
No worries, mate.
All right. You know, I'm just going to go as far as over there. I can see could be some sort of formation up there. So the trail does lead this way. So I'll go about another 20 meters more and that's as far as I'm going to go because I do want to go up the main trail and see if I can find anything on the main trail. So yeah, we've bought these nice helmets and attached the GoPros to the top of them, and plus while we were sitting at our base camp, yeah, a big branch just come crashing down about 10 meters from us across the other side of the main trail. Yeah, so you can see how this just keeps leading off into the bush here. So okay, so we'll just come over here. Yeah, it just looks like that's been bent that way on purpose on here, and then this one there. So, you know, it could have been a covering here at one stage, and you know, for like a little den or something. It's really, or is it just natural? It's just really weird to see. I'll just come around here. It's really weird. Or they just happen to just bend that way, and it just looks like it's a, you know, when they were alive and there were still heaps of leaves on the trees, would that be like a little house? I don't know. It's weird. It's the only structure like this in this whole area. That's weird. Take a few photos of this. Not sure about this one. It seems to be like there's no major branch on it, but there's this massive, you know, it's a good size, good thickness, and it was resting in between this little fork here, but I have just lifted it up to see if I can get it out, but I don't know if it's actually yeah, it's just being shoved in there. I mean, I think that was shoved in there. I don't know. That's weird. It could have been shoved in that hole. It could have just been a knot where it used to be a smaller branch then, and this has been shoved into there. I don't know. It just came out pretty easy. It just didn't seem like it was. That's weird. It's gonna. It could have been the actual branch, and because it's all rotted, it just doesn't seem like it grew there. It actually looks like it's been shoved in. It wasn't quite tight, so yeah, I'm not sure on that one. It's weird. Alright, so we got the thermal linked to, as you see, the phone and to whatever it sees, we see on here, and then I can film it on here. So We think that something's been... the frogs are gone quiet, which is a sign that something could be moving around. So I brought my parabolic pretty much right next to me, and because it's just starting to rain a bit, and see what we can pick up. Now we recorded this weird noise. Look, I'm not sure if it's a deer making noise because they are in the area, or it's some sort of bird. I've never heard this noise before, so if you know what it is, please let me know. These are the thermal images that we managed to capture while we're out during the night. The first one was a pygmy possum, or a small rodent. The next one to us was just a possum, but we didn't really capture too much up until then, so we thought we'd just check out what it was doing. And it did stand out quite clearly, as you can see, compared to the bush, because it had been raining. It was still coolish weather, so all the bush and the rocks, they do seem to not give up a lot of heat compared to a living creature. So yeah, we just sat there and checked it out and see what it was up to, and it just pretty much just sat there. It could have been eating something and while it was up there, but you can't tell too much from the thermal image from that far away. It was probably a good 40 to 50 meters away from us up in a tree. So yeah, it was interesting to just finally get something on the thermal. And then probably a couple of minutes later, we were just panning down the trail there to see if something maybe would walk around or poke its head around a tree. And so we trained the thermal on this area, and then we just seen something zigzagging flying up the trail, so like a big moth or a small bird, or probably a microbat. The next two sound recordings were recorded about 2.5 minutes apart. So firstly, there was like I could say a howl, scream, roar, or something like that. But the only thing is, when I was recording it, you got frogs croaking, and there happened to be a plane flying over. There's always a plane flying over. I think that was only the second plane that flew over the region during the night. And I was, well, we got this weird noise. And then about, like I said, about 2.5 minutes after that, we heard something seem to be walking or moving behind us from the opposite side, from where the actual vocalization occurred. So firstly, you'll hear the scream, roar, or howl. You'll hear some noise of something moving or walking in the bush, and then we get the thermal out, and we happen to capture it on the thermal video. After studying the video footage, you can see what looks like a wallaby or a kangaroo's head. You can see the ears sticking up and that kind of pointy face. It was about 40 to 50 meters in the bush, but it was interesting to for it when it happened, because there was nothing happening, and then we had that weird noise coming from one side of the bush in pitch black conditions, and then on the other side something starts moving through the bush, and it did sound like footsteps to me, but when, like I said, you can see the ears kind of poking up, and like right now it does look like a roo. But it was very interesting for something to happen. It got our hearts pumping, and yeah, we're all excited there for a while. So we're going to check this area out more and more, because we are finding more and more things that are showing signs of some sort of habitation in the area. But yeah, it was interesting for at the time while we were filming this. We're just going to start packing up now. It's starting to rain a little bit, so we're going to get out of here in case it starts getting any heavier. I had a few weird noises. Got a heat signature, could be a roo, but I'll put it up and see what you guys think. Yeah, a couple of weird noises. We're going to try this area again, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 more times over a period and see what we get. I think it's an active area, but we just got to, you know, be here at the right time for them to come and check us out. I think they're a bit far away from us at the moment because we have heard the odd wood knock and a few weird noises that suggest that something could be around this area. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you all again next time.